Hello and welcome to my new video on this channel. Now this video is very important for people who are new to Amazon Merch and they are just starting and they want to be sure that their account is safe and healthy. They want to avoid any violations of Amazon content policy and anything that violates Amazon services and anything that can cause their account to be suspended or maybe even terminated. Now, before I go deep into this conversation, I would like to put a disclaimer here that this is not a legal advice. This is just my experiences and my observations that I have seen in the past. So it is better if you consult a lawyer or maybe a person who deals with this type of stuffs about copyrights and intellectual properties and trademarks and like all these stuff. So so first of all, that before I even start about any other thing else, the first thing is that you need to do is to read very carefully Amazon content policy, because in this policy they have described each and everything that is allowed and each and everything that is not allowed, especially their sections like legal and objectionable content. Now there might be something that maybe lies in the gray area that is not very clear in this section, which I will discuss later on, but it is very important that you must read these policies and make sure that you stick to them. Also, you can go and check in the Amazon FAQ section, because some of the points that are not clear in their content policy are much more clear, and they have described it in much detail in their FAQ section. So these two the pages are a must read for any person who is just starting out with the Amazon merch. Now let's talk about something that is totally not allowed on Amazon, that is copyright violations. So anything that violates any other person's intellectual property or a copyright, you are not allowed to put it on Amazon. Especially this happens when somebody tries to put a parody design, or someone that doesn't know that what they are putting on the Amazon is actually a part of a movie or TV show or a song lyric or maybe even a name of a music band. So it is always check your phrases, especially on trademark site, USPTO site, and also on Google, to be sure that they are not copyrighted or they are not trademarked. Amazon suggests that you check your phrases with trademarks on USPTO website, but is not enough, because or sometimes some phrases that are actually not trademarked but they are copyrighted. This happens in most cases regarding any most famous quotes from a movie or a TV show. And also it happens that sometimes you come up with a phrase and then there may be a chance that that phrase is actually included in a song as a lyric. So you just make sure that you do not include any type of phrases or any type of words that are a part of any movie, TV show or a song lyric. Also you need to avoid any kind of design element that may be referring to any other movie or TV show, or maybe a song or music video, or even maybe a sports team or a sports player. Sometimes you are creating designs for sports related shirts, so maybe you put a name of the person or maybe a nickname of a person which is actually not a real name. So these types of things are I think they lie in the gray area, but they need to be avoided just to be sure that you do not violate any intellectual property or copyrights of the person. Because what I have found is that Amazon is really strict about copyrights. It may not be that strict about trademarks, although it is very strict about trademarks, but maybe if you compare the two, you will find that Amazon is much stricter in regarding copyrights. So maybe it will tolerate a few trademark rejections, but it will not tolerate any kind of copyrights or intellectual property violations. So this thing okay, the next thing is about trademarks. Now trademarks, what I should tell you that trademarks are not really, Amazon is not really clear about trademarks, because there are so many phrases that are just general words or maybe very common words that are trademarks, and people are misusing those trademarks. They are what you can say is that when somebody puts their website, puts their I mean sorry whenever somebody puts their uh, t-shirt with a phrase that is actually trademark, and that is a so common word or maybe very commonly used in daily language. So if somebody puts that shirt on Amazon March, and the person who has the trademark for that phrase or word, he sees that he claims that the t-shirt he claims the rights for those phrase, and ask Amazon to take down that shirt. So you need to be very careful about trademarks. Let me show you some examples that you must that shows that how many of the common phrases are actually trademarked on Amazon. So for example, this phrase you can see here, awesome wife, you can see that this phrase awesome wife is actually trademarked. So you cannot use this phrase awesome wife on your shirts at all. Also there is another example, for example, awesome dad. You can see that this phrase too is trademarked. You cannot use awesome dad as well. And also there is another phrase, awesome uncle. You cannot use the trademark this phrase awesome uncle as well. So you see that these phrases are so common, and you must think that say that these phrases should not have been granted any trademark license, or maybe uh, they should have been the trade USPTO and USPTO should have been more careful about these kind of phrases. But this happens every day, and every now and then we see people who use very common phrases, and they say that they never thought that this phrase might be a trademark. Recently I found out that the phrase this girl is also trademarked. So you see that this phrase this girl is also trademarked. Now you see that there are only two words in this phrase, this girl. So actually what should happen is that if a person uses only these two words, and this is just my opinion, that if a person uses these two words, this girl, on his shirt, that shirt should not be allowed. But if a person uses, for example, this girl loves Halloween, this girl loves pandas or something like that, that should not have been actually covered under this trademark. But I have seen and I have observed that some people have their shirts taken down because they have used this phrase, this girl, not this phrase alone, but they have used this girl in a sentence or in a different phrase, but that t-shirt was taken down due to copyright, due to trademark violations. So you should be very careful regarding these statement, your phrases. You should check, although what I say that also you should check a complete phrase. If you have a phrase, you should check that phrase with trademark website. You check it on trademark hunt, or maybe you go to the USPTO website and check it on there. You should check the complete phrase, and also you should make a pair from that phrase, pair of two words, and you should check each and every pair with USPTO website, because we have found that sometimes a partial phrase or a part of a phrase is actually trademarked, and people, without realizing it, they put it on their shirts, and later on they get their shirts taken down or rejected. So this was the thing about copyrights and trademarks. Now there lies some gray areas. As in the beginning of the video I have said that you must check the Amazon content policy and Amazon FAQs, but still you will be able to find something that is not actually discussed here on their content policy and upon on their FAQs. For example, in their content policy they have in their section 2.2 they said child exploitation designs that depict minors in a sexually suggestive manner. So this is just a one sentence, and it does not completely cover each and everything that comes under violation of this section of their content policy, child exploitation. In October, as you know, that is the breast cancer awareness month. We have seen that many of the shirts were actually this content policy was um, uh, updated after October, maybe during October, and before that many shirts that were available on youth sizes, they were made for breast cancer awareness. So you should know that these shirts are no longer allowed on youth shirts. Anything that is related to a certain disease, that maybe a sexual disease or a disease awareness regarding something like breast cancer awareness or any type of such disease, that suggest that are not allowed on child or youth shirts. Another thing that lies in the gray area are the political shirts or the parody shirts. Sometimes you might find that there are shirts on Amazon that are either parody of a movie or a TV show or a character. So actually these shirts are not allowed on Amazon. Maybe some of these shirts just have maybe passed through the system somehow, but they are not allowed. For example, on this Amazon site, you might find a lot of these hocus pocus shirts, and maybe these hocus pocus shirts, some of them are not actually you know violating anything, but some of these are actually do violate the Disney movie, that is Hocus Pocus movie, and they refer to that movie. So if any of your parody or the shirt that is actually referring to any movie or a character of a movie or a TV show, that is not actually added. For example, I don't know how they have just put up this shirt here, but that is not allowed. This hocus pocus shirt, you can see that they are actually their hairstyle of the hairstyle that they have shown here are actually referring to the Disney movie Hocus Pocus, the witches in that movie. And I have observed some people who have their shirts taken down and even their accounts terminated because they had this kind of hairstyle on their shirts with the words Hocus Pocus. So they are actually referring their shirts. There was a reference to that movie. And also on, if you search on Google, you will be able to find there are a lot of shirts that actually include this kind of hairstyle and with the word hocus pocus. So this is just to let you know that sometimes you will be able to find shirts that are there available online on Amazon or maybe on other websites that you think are actually a parody design. They are not violating any kind of copyrights or intellectual properties, but they actually do. So not all of the shirts are actually taken down by Disney or the copyright holder, but when they find out about these violations, they do get claim their copyrights, and these shirts are actually taken down. And it's in my observations that some people have got their accounts terminated because of this, because Disney, Marvel, DC, these kind of big giants brands, they are very strict about their copyrights and trademarks. Sometimes you will be able to find that the words that are very famous in those movies, they might not be trademarked, but if you use those words on your shirts, your shirt will be taken down. This is another example of the same kind of shirt that should not be allowed on the Amazon. So this was about the gray areas, and remember, you should be really careful about these kind of issues, because most of these issues are not discussed in very clear terms on Amazon. Amazon itself might not be very clear about that, because they want to keep themselves safe. So if anybody just comes and claims a trademark license, they have a copyright for such a thing, even if your shirt is not directly referring to that or directly including that thing, that phrase or a design element, and your shirt will be taken down, because even if a slight there is a reference to that, you will be taken down. Then there comes the political shirts. Now political shirts are mostly in my observation that political shirts are allowed, but sometimes that those political type of shirts that promote hate or violence, against any other race, community, or any other political group, that might not be allowed. Or even if something promotes a hate towards a or you can say negativity, violent negativity, or a serious negativity towards a political candidate or political person, those shots should be avoided. And mocking those political personalities or political leaders, that might be allowed, but that, I think, that lies in the gray area. So I usually avoid those type of things. I had some of the political shots previously upon Amazon, but then I removed it because I myself have contacted Amazon, and I've asked this question, that am I allowed to put shirts that include mockery or a political style type of t-shirts. So they referred me to their FAQ section and said that they might not be really clear about that, but their FAQ section might help it. So after reading their FAQ section, I have found out that it is better to avoid any kind of reference to a political leader or something. Now, I'm not saying that it is a clear-cut violation, but sometimes, in my opinion, it is actually a violation. So you should be avoid this kind of shots. I hope I have covered everything in this video, and there might be something that I would like to cover in the future videos. So if you have any question regarding this, that what should not be put on Amazon, watch so you can ask in the comment section, and I will hopefully I will be able to answer on those questions in the comments. And if maybe in the future I will make a video about answering those questions. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Hi, thank you for watching another video. And if you have made this far, it means you have found something interesting in this video. This channel is all about sharing tips about earning a decent living online. And if you are interested in this topic, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Thank you.